welcome to our channel. Today I'm going to show you 3 super easy Hungarian recipes. A soup, a main course and also a dessert. We are going to start with our appetizer. It's gonna be a Hungarian vegetable soup that is going to include these vegetables. We are having parsnips, onions, potatoes, carrots, cauliflowers. We are going to wash them, peel them and after slice them in really small pieces. Let's get started. Next step, to caramelize all of the onions. The oil is already warm. While this is happening, I'm adding a little bit of salty seasoning on the onion. Red pepper, and black pepper. The onions are ready. Now I'm going to add all of the vegetables and to cook a little bit with the onion. In around 5 minutes I'm going to add the water to that. The only vegetables that I'm not adding is the potatoes. That is gonna be the last. Five minutes later, I'm going to fill up the pot with water that is going to actually cover all of the vegetables. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit higher, quite in the highest, and I'm gonna let the water boil and to cook the vegetables. That is gonna take around 20-25 minutes, and then I'm going to add the potatoes. 20 minutes later, while the soup is cooking, now I'm going to add also the potatoes to cook them too. I'm going to place it in, then again I'm turning a little bit higher the temperature and I'm gonna let it cook. While the soup is getting cooked, I'm going to add next to 10 ounces of sour cream a little bit of water from the soup. And yummy. I'm going to mix it with some pepper, black pepper, my magic seasoning salt, just a little bit because in the beginning we were putting quite a bit on the onions.
This is just a little.
And a little bit of red pepper. This is going to give a nice color to the soup. Now I'm going to mix all of these together. This is the heart of any food, sour cream. Whenever I was smoothing this sour cream, I'm going to add it to our soup. So we have already the vegetables are cooking, I added the potatoes, and now this is the last ingredient, the sour cream that I was putting in the soup. I'm going to mix it well and I'm going to let it lay for around 5 more minutes. The soup is ready. My mother and my grandmothers are really good cooks and they were helping me to learn how to cook some of these dishes. This is like a really easy thing to cook. It really doesn't take so much effort or time, and it's going to give you a lot of nutrients because it has a lot of vegetables inside. dish that I'm going to cook for you guys is in Hungarian rocket crumbly. The best translation that I could find is oven baked layered potatoes. Here is a couple of ingredients that we are going to use. I have already boiling in 2 separate pans waters, one for the potatoes and one for the egg. The next step that I'm going to do is start to peel those potatoes. Around 12 minutes for the eggs to be cooked. Until then it's gonna be ready, I'm gonna slice these sausages. While the potato is boiling, I'm going to slice also the eggs in a circular way as I was doing with the sausages. Then I'm going to create the sauce that is going to make this dish so special. The sauce ingredients are milk, sour cream, is going to be seasoning that I'm gonna use. I like the food pretty salty, so that is depends on you how salty you like the food, as much you are going to put in it. The second ingredient that I'm putting is red pepper and black pepper. Whenever I have all of this in, then I'm going to mix all of that together. The potatoes are ready. We are going to set the oven for 350 degrees, just to turn it on until you are slicing the potatoes. So we are going to start to slice the potatoes again in the same circular way. After the first layer of potatoes are done, I'm going to slowly put the sausages and the eggs Now I'm gonna put some salt on the top of that just to get a little bit of some spiciness into this dish. After the regular salt, I'm gonna put a little bit of black pepper. Again, some pepper.
Spice it up, baby.
Spice it up. Then it's gonna come one more layer of potatoes. I just layered to the last layer of potatoes. I will put again a little bit of seasoning because I love like really tasty my food. If somebody doesn't really like it in that way, you don't have to do it in the same way as I do. After whenever I was putting this little extra seasoning, then I'm gonna put the magic sauce that is including sour cream, again salt, red pepper, black pepper, a little seasoning, and also the meal that is making it watery. So now I'm going to just put it in the top, laying it there, slowly. I'm going to put it in the oven for 40 minutes, around 30 minutes. We are going to put a little bit of cheese on the top and we are going to wait for that to bake for really nice and gold. So that is the next step. Let's put it in the oven. See you within 30 minutes. So 30 minutes just passed. I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on the top of this beautiful dish. So I'm just going to put a little cheese on the top just to melt. This is my secret ingredient that I love to put on every single food that I'm making. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready.
Yay!
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
I hope that you are ready to create our third dish that is going to be our dessert. We are going to use a very special recipe from my grandmother who is living in Transylvania in Romania. I'm having also that heritage. Here is a couple of things that we are going to add to this beautiful and tasty dessert. We are going to have half a tablespoon salt, 1 tablespoon sugar, 1 pound of flour, 3/4 of a bag of instant yeast that I was already mixing in a 1/4 cup of semi-warm water, and we are having 16 ounces of milk. So now we are going to mix everything together. So after when we were mixing this pasta for 5 to 8 minutes, we are going to add a little bit of flour on the top, and we will wait around 35 to 40 minutes for the pasta to grow. So we are just gonna put a kitchen towel on the top, and we are going to wait around 35 to 40 minutes. So see, 45 minutes passed. I'm going to place a little bit of flour on the counter. This is where we are having like a bigger space, so this is where I'm going to actually put the pasta from it. I'm gonna place it on the flour. The pasta looks really cool. I'm gonna put a little bit of flour on the top, so that it's gonna be easier to not get stick into it. And when I did that, then I'm going to use this and to make it a little bit larger. Once the pastry is nicely rolled out, I'm going to use one of our little balls. This has like a cool size of it, and I'm going to create a little bit of pieces of the pastry. The pastries are ready. Again, I'm going to use all the time some flour to not glue to the counter, and I'm going to roll them out. Great. So whenever this is ready, then I'm going to add inside the cacao. You can use any brand that you would like to. I usually add some extra sugar in it. And now the only thing that is next, that we're gonna roll it up. I always try to create like that. Nice. As much as I can, I'm going to add it to the edge. Then slowly, I start to roll up. When I finished rolling up, I'm going to make sure that I close the edges. Usually I'm twisting it and I'm pushing it a little bit, and also in the middle part. I try to make it as thin as possible. Maybe I can roll it still with my hands a little bit, and after it's gonna be ready to fry. I will warm the oil around medium heat, and then I'm going to place into it. So the oil is semi-warm. I'm going pastry and slowly I'm going to place it in the oil. I try to make it circular. This is how the grandma does. If it is nice and gold, I'm gonna flip it and turn it around. Here is the Transylvanian winding. One is with cacao, the other is with Nutella. We were putting a little bit of sugar on the top just to make it look more delicious. As I told you before, guys, I'm an amateur cook. If you have any question, just please comment below and like and subscribe if you like this video. Maybe more cooking videos are going to happen in the future, so if you are interested, just please comment below. Thank you so much for watching.